morning, YouTube. I got a luncheon to go to. Got a pretty full day today. And in fact, there's a couple things I was supposed to do I had to cancel. So yesterday and the day before, I spent all day redoing the exhaust on my zee-H-10. It was rattling, but you can't hear it now. You can hear it in the other videos. Yeah, just a rattle. So to get to the bolts very easily, which the bolts are accessible, not very well, but they're accessible if you got enough tools to get to them. So, but I wanted to make sure I had enough room, so I wanted to move the radiator back, take it loose so I could swing it up. And so I had to take a lot of the fairings off. I had to take all this stuff right through here off. And all that's left is really just the front piece, and just up here. So anyway, what I found out was the collars, if you've ever put on an exhaust, what they have is they have the header pipe, and then they have these, well, they're actually, well, one's a collar, one's an adapter. The collar goes over the end of the pipe, and then the adapter slides over the end, and then when you put it up in there, it tightens it. It's supposed to tighten it down. The problem with it is, with it being titanium and everything, the header pipes themselves, there's no way for the adapter to grip. So they slide back and forth. Well, they give you springs. Well, the problem with the springs is they're just not enough, and it rattles. The whole pipe will move down at the other end of the header pipe collector. So I said, okay, well, somehow I got to get those attached. So I came up with one idea to do some machining and slot the adapter so that it would and angle the plate so that it would push it in and squeeze it, which would have worked. But I didn't feel like doing all that machining, so I had to go down to where my welding equipment is. So I just decided I drilled 2 small holes in either side of it and tigged it to the pipe, to the end of the header pipe. Now they don't move, springs aren't necessary, and no more rattle. No more rattle. So basically I'm doing a shakedown ride today. I got a meeting to go to. I don't have to go, but I need to go. So it's an anniversary lunch. Somebody's been there at the company for a while, and we celebrate those because it's a good thing to be able to stay at your company a while. I can really smell that antifreeze. Hopefully it's not leaking. See anything on the ground, I'll check it when I get gas, which I got to do. We rode a long ways the other day. Surprised my light ain't came on. Let's see if this guy can turn. Yeah, he can turn. Boy, make sure he don't go flying around out here in my lane. See, this one was bagged the other day. Let's see if it still is. Nope, it's open. right back. Sounds like it's running a little better since I tightened the pipe up. I'm sure there were some air leaks around it. I mean, because when I took the spring, even with the springs on, you could reach down to the bottom of the header and you could move the whole damn thing. Real easy. On my nerves, keep hitting my visor. Go ahead and put my sun visor down. Let's see what we got here. Good. I wore the right amount of clothes this morning. Moving on pretty good this morning. Right at 70 degrees. Oh, boy, that thing sounds a lot better without that rattle. no traffic.